Sorry, it's just I'm at a complete loss for words this morning. Um, whether you agreed with or disagreed with the point of views of Charlie Kirk, the things I'm seeing happening on this planet and this world in general, especially now in this country, are just mind blowing. It's saddening. In the words of the great dictator, we think too much and we feel too little. And that was a film, of course, by Charlie Chaplin. But sadly, nobody's thinking, and even less people are feeling. In case you hadn't heard, all right, for you folks who don't know, I didn't always agree with the guy, but there was a fellow named Charlie Kirk. He was 31 years old. He used to go around to campuses, and yeah, he was a right wing guy, Republican. But he always made an interesting debate out of things. He would openly debate people in public, and yesterday he was shot through the neck by a high powered rifle while speaking at Utah, or it was a Utah college. It was a college campus. Forgive me, my brain is like gone mad. 31 years old. And the footage is out there if you want to go find it, and it is disgusting. What's disgusting me, though, even more, is there are people out there who disagreed with this young man who are cheering at his death like he was some strange third world dictator who has killed millions. They're cheering as if Hitler just got strung up on television. And the only thing he did wrong was he opposed their political view. He was a husband and father of 2 children. And that's what I'm thinking of this morning. Killed because his ideas were apparently too dangerous to someone's agenda. Shot in public while answering questions and having debate on a college campus in broad daylight from 200 yards away, probably a high-powered rifle. Exactly. Murder is never the solution. I do not know why people don't study history, because even if you disagreed with this young man's political views, all you've done now is you've created a martyr, and you've given your opposing faction a reason to come for you, teeth bared, guns blazing, claws out, knives out. You've handed them the weapon with which they'll destroy you. It's going to get a lot worse. That's the sad part. No one wants to see it coming, but it is. I hate being a realist. I really do. You see, that's what I keep thinking about, are the 2 children who are going to grow up without a father. And they're going to see the footage because it's all over the damn place. Sooner or later, they're going to see their father's neck being blown out with blood literally pouring out of his neck like a river, because it obviously went through the major arteries of the neck. The shooter probably wasn't even aiming for there. He was probably going for a headshot. And the worst part of it also was, later on, they found out people had seen this person on the roof. There's footage. You can see it's a tiny figure, but you can see someone standing right there. And after the shot, this person gets up and runs away. It's like, why didn't you tell anybody? Why didn't you tell the cops? There's somebody up on the roof. I hope I don't get copyright struck for that. I could never understand stereos. Sorry if I jumped off you. It's just, I could never understand the concept of stereos on motorcycles. But, it was footage that was captured at, I don't know, like I said, from what I'm hearing, the footage is genuine. Um, what makes me even sadder is all the videos making fun of this, all the videos with people cheering, yay, we got another one. I'm like, what would happen if somebody gunned down someone you love? Would you, like I said, I didn't know the man personally. Like I said, I didn't agree with him with all on his points, but all of his points, but still, you have, one of the great things about this country was the fact that you had the freedom of expression. You had the right to express your own opinion. And here we are once again killing each other over opinions. Like I said, that's the only reason I could think of, the only motive that why, this man would have been killed. Um, he wasn't in any political party. He didn't hold any office. So there was no political gain whatsoever. And like I said, I only start to believe there was a conspiracy or something like that involved when I start seeing evidence. Okay? Terrence, in case you didn't hear it, there was a young man here, 31 years old, yesterday, who was at a Utah college campus, having, conversations with the students, and somebody shot him with a high-powered rifle through the neck. 31 years old, husband and father of two. And that's what's making me tear up, is the fact these two children are have to grow up without a father. Well, sadly, Cy, that's what Charlie Kirk did. That was his main shtick. He'd go to these campuses, he'd sit down, and he'd engage in friendly debate with people. And okay, enough of that nonsense. So sorry if I'm not cheery today. It's just, it reminded me of something I put in front of one of my stories. I can't remember which story it was. It was one of the audio plays I did, and I would put up these sayings by different species, like they did in Andromeda. And this was an old Jin Binyan proverb, and it was a race I created, and it would say, if I remember right, the saying was, three beings go to a meal. One is the listener, the second is the truth teller, the third will tell the listener sweet lies. By the time the main course is served, the listener will have murdered the truth teller while the liar quietly hides his smile. I know, it's sad. I didn't know George Floyd either, and but still, I wouldn't make fun of his death. Sadly, death comes for us all, but still, it's not something to be made fun of, no matter the circumstances. Sadly, it's the one thing we all have in common. So whether you agreed with the person or disagreed with the person, it doesn't give you the right to kill them. Like I said, there are people out there who do believe some really crazy and strange things, but the best thing is to learn their point of view, find out how they got to that point of view, and you've got all these people out there going on and on about this and that. And I'm like, guys, to quote Admiral Yamamoto after the attack on Pearl Harbor, all you've done is awaken a sleeping giant and filled it with a giant resolve. And I probably just completely butchered that quote, but and filled it with a great resolve. They're going to use this to make it even worse. It's crazy time in the world, ain't it? How do you know he didn't hurt anybody? If speech hurts you, then I got some bad news for you. Don't leave your house. Don't turn on your television. Don't listen to your radio. Because sooner or later, someone's going to say something that offends you. It's the same thing that happens. There's a good chance you can walk out your front door and be struck by lightning tomorrow. If you ain't got the courage to face the world, you're not going to go anywhere. I don't know if well, it's probably up on Paramount Plus, but it's like, I really don't want, if Lady G wants to watch it, I can't know the difference between insult and hate. Oh boy, are you backing the wrong horse. I've been insulted my whole life. Take a good look at me. And yes, yes, you can. Nobody's saying you can't, yeah. But you know what? If you're afraid people don't like you or they're going to insult you, it's going to happen every day, whether you like it or not. He never insulted anybody. He never called anybody a name. But if the truth or someone else's point of view that they think is the truth offends you, lock yourself in a room, a quiet room. Because sooner or later, someone's going to say something that offends you and you're going to call it violence. Trust me, I've seen actual violence. I've seen people go gunned down right in front of my eyes. I've had guns pointed at me because people assumed I did something wrong. Used to be we were a nation of sticks and stones break my bones and names will never hurt me, to sticks and stones may break my bones, but anything you say that I disagree with or makes me feel the slightest bit offended is violence. How did we come this far down? He never treated anyone like they were inferior, so your whole argument is baseless. Please, keep it up. Like I said, I didn't necessarily agree with everything the man said, but all I can think about are a wife and 2 children who are going to have to go on without this person. And you're trying to justify killing in the name of offense? Who's the more savage here in this moment? Think about it. Somebody in the comment box trying to defend this. Are you on crack? How would you like it if I disagreed with something you love said and I decided to wing out a gun and blow their head off right in front of you? Would that be justified? No, and I would never do such a thing because I have something called empathy. I don't show it much, I know, but still, I have it. I would never do that to anyone. Exactly. Yeah, Martin Luther King, that's a very good kid. He was killed because his point of view, disagreed with a bunch of weird, crazy people who thought it was okay to put other people down. Like I said, I wanted to come on here and be cheery, happy, and bubbly, but I just can't today. And I hope you all understand why. Like I said, I didn't know the man. I didn't agree with everything he said, but the very fact that anyone who goes and openly shares their ideas or debates anyone can now be murdered in broad daylight, that tells you something's wrong. I, I didn't, the only person who committed an act of hatred here was the person who pulled the trigger. And if you can't see that, I can't help you. Because if you're telling me that blowing a man's throat out in front of a crowd of people is justified because he promoted hatred, you're sick and you need help. Good night, folks. Or good morning, sorry. I have got to get out of here. I got to go to work. I'm way over time. So take care, everyone. Nope, I can do this, though. I don't know why I bothered because I'm logging off, but that's just insane. Take care, everyone. Please be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy your Thursday. And think of Charlie Kirk's family tonight, or today, throughout your day. Whether you agreed with him or not, people are still loved him and they're going to miss him. Take care.